conversation. Welcome to the live. If you are here, kindly let me know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. We need to get into this conversation. Thank you for joining in. Welcome. Where are you watching from? Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining in. Hey, Madam Lucy is here. First to join in, Lucy Oge Lifestyle. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining in. I think I saw you briefly the other time on your live, or are you still live? YouTubers supporting YouTubers. Oh, first time joining my live. That's interesting. That's interesting. A special welcome to you. Special welcome to you. And I'm Lucy. Lucy Oge Lifestyle saying, hi, good evening, sir. Good evening. How are you doing today? Great. Happy Sunday to you. Do you know that, interestingly, there are many people joining in who are definitely going to still, maybe they are likely to be in the morning, afternoon, in their own region. We are in different time zones, okay? So some places will be afternoon in the United States, for example. And so we want to say good morning, good afternoon, and a pleasant evening, everyone joining in. So let me know where you are watching from. Where are you watching from? So a special welcome to those who are joining in for the first time. If this is your first time joining my live, I want to give you a special welcome. Please welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, Madam Lucy says, how are you doing today? I'm doing great by God's grace. It was a wonderful time in God's presence. I am talking about church. The word of God coming, the power of God coming, fully in the service. So I had a great time, and we all need to definitely understand that foundation, the spiritual aspect of our lives, the spiritual side to your health. And you need to understand that it actually holds every other part together. So as long as you are spiritually healthy, you are strong with God, you can overcome, you can handle whatever challenge or challenges that may come your way. Beyond facing challenges, we need to be living a life of faith. Faith, the faith I'm talking about is not just believing in yourself. How much of healthy food? Oh, I have to go for backup. Just a minute. Just let me know if you can still hear me. All right, so that shows that we are in Nigeria, right? One of the good sides. Is it a good side? All right, so I'll go for backup now. All right, so thank you for joining in. I was talking about the importance of understanding the spiritual being the foundation for other aspects of our lives. Okay, so let me know if you can still hear me. And if you are going to be successful this 2026, you're going to have a stronger you, health, better health, and giving your best to what you've got to do this year. You need to put God in his rightful place. You need to be doing the needful when it comes to your relationship with God. And importantly, the aspect of faith. I'm a medical doctor. I believe strongly in the power of God to heal. And I've seen God heal people. So there's no way I can deny, I won't deny the power of God. Okay? That's beyond the scriptures, beyond just reading miracles in the Bible, but about experiences, apart from other people's experiences, personal experience, an encounter with the power of God. So I don't know if you are like me, you believe in the power of God to heal, not just to heal, but to keep you healthy. So that's part of what we benefit from our relationship with God. According to the Bible, 3 John 2 says, "Brethren, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers." So there's a commitment of God to your so there's a commitment of God to your life, to your health, to your soul. Welcoming everyone joining in. Welcome. Let's know where you're watching from. Okay, so let me know if you can still hear me. And we are watching from different parts of the world. I know people are joining in from different parts of the world. This discussion is not limited to Nigerians. So, of course, I have a great number of people who are in the United States, people in Canada, UK, people from Kenya, from South Africa, Australia, Belgium, from different parts of the world. So let me know where you're watching from, so I can mention your country or your own nation if I have not mentioned that. Yeah, I can see someone from Ghana. Okay, Lucy says, okay, yes, you just ended the live. Yes, I believe you had a great time with members of the community. I just saw the live just briefly as I was preparing to come on live. So thank you, sir. You're welcome. Welcome. I wish you the same. Yes, Happy New Year, everyone. Maybe this is the third time I'm showing up, or definitely not the third. Probably I've done more live sessions this year. So, but if you are new here, Happy New Year and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. Please remember to give this live a like by double tapping on your screen. When you do that, you will be showing love. Okay, let's do this. You will be showing love and support to the, let's use this automatically generated sticker. YouTube is just helping us to grow. Interestingly, there are some new developments, and I'll be sharing that later. But we are here for a great time together. We're going to be sharing a lot. Thank you for the emojis. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so guys, please let's subscribe and like the live. Oh, thank you so much. Let me pin this. Thank you for your support. Okay, Lucy is a content creator also. She does a lot on lifestyle, vlogs, and sharing family time, herself, her husband, and her family together. They entertain us, okay, and share some interesting aspects of their lives. So thank you for all you do, and thank you for your support. And if you are a content creator here, let's get to meet you. We like to give you some support. We Even though I'm a medical doctor, we have different people in different careers, different uh, fields of their practice, of their specialty, of their profession, that are also into content creation, and we support one another. So let's get to meet you. Yes, Nepa did that the other time. Thank God for backup. Hi, happy Sunday, sir. John Bedo. Thank you, John. Mr. John, thank you for joining in. Happy Sunday. What time is it in Ghana? Yes, you can hear me. Yes. What time is it in Ghana? Mr. John? That's interesting because one of my sons bears John. John has a special one. So, how is Ghana today? What time is it in Ghana? By the way, if you are just joining in and you are yet to subscribe to the channel, please kindly subscribe, and remember to double tap on your screen to like the live. And we like to get to know you more. Okay, so let me know where you're watching from. Now we have people from Nigeria, we have someone from Ghana. Let's give your country a shout out. Okay, Lucy Ege Lifestyle says you are really doing well, sir. Thank you so much. I can see something somewhere shining on my lip. Let me see. Let me check. Let me check that. What's that shiny stuff? Okay, there's something shiny, shiny. Okay. Was it the light? Okay, I've removed. I think there must have been something. All right, so I believe I'm good to go. So you're really doing well, sir. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for your support for my channel. Thank you for watching videos. Thank you for dropping comments. Thank you so much. I see your comments as much as possible. I try, I like, I respond, I reply each and every one. Interestingly, I'm beginning to do audio voice replies now that that's available for us on YouTube. Let me know if you have that feature on your channel. The voice, voice reply to chats or to messages on your videos. You are really doing well, sir. We thank God for His grace, His faithfulness. It's not by my strength. Being on YouTube for 4 years, and we talk about being consistent. Some points I had to take a break, but we thank God for where we are today. Okay, I really appreciate you, everyone, member of this wonderful community, for your support. And I can see our own Didi Ratti. Welcome, Didi. Thank you for joining in. all the way from Abuja. Where are you now? Okay, saying good day, doctor. Greetings to you, Didi. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate. I just popped in, was editing a video, and I go TV. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Like your smile, your laughter, you help people to relax, and we appreciate all that you do. Uh, by the way, that's our OAP. If you don't know her, that's Didi. She's is it over the hair personality or on air personality now. You know, you are doing so much, and we appreciate all you do, helping the community. How was Sunday today? How was service? And were you at work? Thank you for all you do. Editing a video. Oh, interesting. That's part of what we do. And that editing, I mean, takes a lot of time. I don't know how much time you spend doing that. And you want, and they say we should not wait till it's perfect. Okay, I don't know how much time you spend editing. You know, but it's always good that we are consistently editing, consistently uploading, and that's good. So I'm happy that you got the live notification and you said you thought to stop by. Wow. Thank you so much. Welcome once again. We are looking at Nigerian doctors in the world. Where else can they be? Nigerian doctors are everywhere in the world. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Nigerian doctors? Interestingly, a lot has been happening in the recent time, talking about not just doctors, health healthcare workers generally. And do you know that there are some joint health workers, non-doctors, that are currently on strike in Nigeria, been on strike for months? Okay, and apart from that, doctors, resident doctors, have been on strike at one time or the other in the past year, and there was a threat of strike even this month. Okay, but that was cancelled and possibly suspended for another time. So anyway, we are grateful. I don't know what you are grateful for, but I'm grateful for the fact that Nigeria is still standing in spite of all the challenges that we are facing. The insurgents, the insecurity matter was also a major one, and it's been a major one. Grace and his protection for his peace that is taking over in the nation. So we pray for more of God's peace to reign and rule our land. So, but talking about healthcare, this is one thing that is important to everyone, whether people that have been in the regions where there have been threats, insecurity, high level of insecurity, whether in places where it looks as if, oh, everything seems to be secure. Okay, but one thing is common to everyone, and that is health. You are watching today because you actually have a body, different organs, your eyes are there, your brain working. Okay, but there's a spiritual side, your spirit. You have a soul, like and you live in a body. All right, so these different parts of you really matter when it comes to being effective in life, being productive in life. So, what are your thoughts about Nigeria's healthcare system, Nigerian doctors? I have some interesting information for you. I really like us to make this engaging it's not just one side. I want to hear from you. Let's meet you in the chat. What are your thoughts? This is not limited to Nigerians. If you are not a Nigerian, you live outside of Africa, but you have at one time or the other interacted with a Nigerian doctor, let's hear from you. Okay, so thank you for joining in once again. Got your live notification, so you thought to stop by. Thank you so much. I believe more people will be joining in from the notification. So let's get to meet you as soon as you join in. Let me know what's something you are grateful for today. I'm grateful for the gift of life, for the gift of for health, and for the gift of youth. Everyone member of this community. So I'm very grateful, very grateful. Let me know if you have something you are grateful for today. And what it is. What is it? Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Let me know who is here and what is your location. What time is it in your location? Kindly double tap on your screen to like the live or click on the three dots in the corner and then look for the like button. Click on the like button. And if you are coming across the channel for the first time, this is a health channel, health, wellness, lifestyle. That's what we do here. So you're welcome. And please subscribe if you are yet to subscribe so we can remain connected. We would like to have you as a member of our community. So let's get into the topic. What about doctors? What about Nigerian doctors? What are your thoughts? What are the experiences you would like to share with us? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome once again. If you are just joining in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you for subscribing. For those who are just joining the community, thank you for subscribing. So I'm going to be sharing some important information with you, and then we see how the session goes. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? who is ready. Let me know if you are ready so we get into the conversation. Are you ready? I hope I'm audible. Let me know if you can hear me. Please drop in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. Let me know if you can hear me. If you're just joining in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you are watching from. Where are you joining us from? And let's get to know what you are grateful for today. We have an important topic for discussion, and that has to do with Nigerian doctors. What are your thoughts? Thank you for liking and thank you for supporting the community, joining this live. Thank you so much. Okay, so welcome once again. If you are just joining in, where are you watching from? La, 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 la. Okay. I want to share some interesting information with you. So, if the question you are asking is, oh, where can I find the best doctors in the world or the best doctor, we have these health needs at different times. Like I said, health is common to everyone, but of course, even if it's for a medical checkup, you need a doctor at one time or the other. All right. Even though a number of people decide to go run tests, go to the lab, go to the pharmacy, get medications, self-medicate. There are some medications definitely that can be taken that way, but it's not advisable to self-medicate. But there are definitely medications that are prescribed. They are not over the counter. They are to be prescribed by a licensed medical doctor. Okay, so even if you don't need prescriptions, you don't need a medical, when it comes to drug prescription, you may even benefit from exercise prescription. Okay, so having a doctor is not just about um, treating a disease condition or taking medications, taking a drug. Okay, it's more than that. So I'm a family physician. I'm a family doctor, and I am not just focused on treating people for disease conditions. Particular about preventive health, preventive medicine, and I advise a lot on this platform how to manage in using lifestyle methods, how to prevent certain medical conditions. You know, definitely prevention is better and it's cheaper than cure. All right. So you need a doctor. I've had myself to be seen by a doctor or doctors in different fields. Of course, I've had to be seen by a dentist. I've had to been seen by a family physician. I just have had that need, just for proper checkup myself. Okay. So whatever your field is, whether you're a medical doctor, a nurse, an engineer, you're a teacher, it doesn't really matter. You need a doctor. All right. So, but now you have this current challenge in Nigeria, especially, and this is not just common to Nigeria, but it's something that happens in different parts of the world. There are usually challenges with healthcare delivery systems, and the fact is that it's peculiar. The challenges are peculiar and more in certain regions. Okay, when you look at the available resources or the financial backings that are there for nations, for the different nations. Okay, when it comes to budgeting, how much is actually budgeted, what is budgeted for health in Nigeria, for example. Okay, so what that shows the commitment of the government when it comes to the health of its people. So there are so many things to talk about, okay, but we are focusing on doctors. What experience have you had with a doctor, and what do you think about Nigerian doctors? Are they among the best in the world? Okay, I'm sure maybe you've heard that before. Can you say from your own personal experience? But the fact is that there's no single uh, best nation that you can say, oh, this nation is the best for doctors. All right. But it's been said, even if you check yourself, you will find this information that there are certain countries where the healthcare delivery system is effective, efficient, and you have high ranking doctors practicing in those regions, or maybe the system is actually favoring them. So, talking about the United States, talk about Australia, Switzerland, Germany, Japan, they are said to consistently rank high for quality doctors. I'm going to say that again: United States, Australia, Switzerland, Germany, Japan, these places have high ranking doctors in their system. Of course, they do research, just like many countries, you have doctors doing researches, but the fact is that their system is so favorable as to help them to do and to do and to do better at what they do. So, in the United Kingdom, Canada, Netherlands are also said to be recognized for effective healthcare delivery. So they said, oh, these places actually attract. That's why we talk about jackpot syndrome in Nigeria, for example. That's why these places are now attractive. They are quite attractive to Nigerian doctors. All right. So you may be a Nigerian doctor that's even watching at this time, and you are not in Nigeria. You may be a nurse, part of the health team, not in Nigeria. Okay, and you may even be a Nigerian, but you choose to go for your healthcare service. You receive your checkup. You go for checkup outside the country. Even though we also have people who come from outside the country, and there are reasons for that, who come from outside the country for their checkup in Nigeria. We have their doctors in Nigeria. All right. So these places are recognized, are said to be strong, and they are said to attract global talents. Because of the pay in the system and the way the systems work. But it is said that ultimately a doctor's expertise stems from their specific training. So there's something called specialization, specialty, and every doctor, when it comes to doing that, gets into residency training program. But there are people who are outside the residency training program who have a lot of experience or exposure. But the residency training program gives room for some supervision, guidance on how to practice, especially relating to that particular field. So there are different colleges. For example, there's the West African College of Surgeons, there's the West African College of Physicians, and there's the National Postgraduate College of Medicine. So these different bodies help. There's a structure, there's curriculum for learning, and for learning not just theory, but for clinical exposures and practice. All right. So that's why we talk about somebody being a resident, registrar, senior registrar, or and then a consultant. So consultant is expected to supervise all that is being done at the residency level. Okay, and the goal is for the resident to become a consultant. So people look for different expertise in different parts of the world. They're looking for the best doctor. So, but what can you do if you are not able to, at this time, afford traveling somewhere to get uh, the best, so to say? What do you do? Are there doctors around you in your own country, in your own area, your own community, that can give you the best that you need in terms of monitoring your health? All right. So, but countries that are often cited for high quality doctors, as mentioned earlier, include United States, said to be ranking overall doctor quality, high salary payments, significant research investment. Okay, so that's why sometimes even on this YouTube platform, you see a lot of people in the United States who are doing medical health related content, health education on YouTube. They have that great advantage, and that's why we see a lot of them coming out to do this. But there's no limit. What are the things necessary to do YouTube? Okay, are basic, but there's so many other factors that we may not be able to talk about here. Germany and Japan, they are known for high investment in medical technology. That's interesting. Of course, you can trust Japan and Germany for that. They do a lot of research and advanced training when it comes to healthcare system. In Australia and Canada, they are recognized for strong healthcare systems and good earning potential. So that's why you find a Nigerian doctor or Nigerian doctors, many practicing in Canada today. That's still talking about the jackpot syndrome. So these places attract doctors from different parts of the world because of the system that is working, and of course because of the attractiveness of the packages. Salary, people have bills to pay, people have responsibilities, people have obligations. Okay, and if they do so much work and they are not getting paid well enough to even meet with their basic obligations, then that's a big challenge. And different nations, countries, including Nigeria, where these challenges exist, need to do better, of course. So Switzerland also ranks highly for doctor quality and offers high salaries. This is actually generated from Google, and you find it interesting. UK, the NHS is a major draw for international doctors. There's high demand for skilled professionals in the NHS. So many people are recruited into this system, and it's because these places, these countries, they see the need for consistently improving their healthcare system, because they know that as long as their workforce is strong and healthy, the nation or the country will remain productive. you know but a nation that does not value or create a working system that is appreciable for their professionals, whether doctor, nurse, mention any profession at all, any career path at all, will not get the benefits. So the countries that appreciate these professionals, we keep attracting them, and that's why we're talking about jackpot syndrome today. So Norway and Netherlands, they are praised for excellent infrastructure, focus on patient care, and human working environments. Very interesting, because the working environment is also very important. If a doctor is working in an environment that is not just conducive, but it's not sociable, it's not friendly, it can also affect the effectiveness of such a doctor. All right. So, what are the things that actually influence or determine a doctor's quality? Of course, you must look at the background. If you look at the description of this this topic, you will notice that I put there's a background, there are trainings that people go through, skill development, exposures to different areas, fields of medicine. Every medical student has that exposure at different points in time, okay, before graduating as a medical doctor. And then following, it now depends on the path that the individual or the doctor chooses, that now determines what area the individual doctor now specializes. Okay, so the factors that influence quality basically has to do, first of all, with the training, the foundation that the doctor has, one. And interestingly, I'm sure there are people here that can bear witness. Nigerian doctors are said to be performing well outside, even within and outside the country. Okay, don't worry. There may be challenges in Nigeria, and they need to address situations and all, but that does not take out the fact that there are still doctors in Nigeria that are good. And of course, because they are good, they know their worth. People want to keep doing what they need to do, give their best at it, work in an environment that they will be well appreciated, that will help them to thrive and do well at what they do and get better at it. And that room for growth is there. So they tend to want to move. They tend to want to move. They keep moving. They keep moving. And I'm going to share some facts with you about the number when it comes to movements in Nigeria or from Nigeria. Okay, so I've talked about the background training skill, and then what affects this? The healthcare system structure, where there's no robust, well-funded system, there's no support for better training, no commitment to lecturers. Um, you know, there are lecturers who are also practicing as doctors. There are lecturers who may not be practicing as medical doctors. So depending on their choice, field of training, and expertise. So that is a very important aspect. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. I hope I'm audible. I hope you are following. I hope you are getting something from this information. But I really like to know. Okay, let's change this. I know you can hear me, but if you are there, let me know your thoughts about Nigerian doctors and your experience or experiences. Okay. So the fact is that if given the same opportunities that people in the United States, people in Canada, in UK, in Netherlands, in Germany, in Japan, if given that same opportunity, there are some Nigerian doctors that will definitely be ranking at that level too. Okay, so the environment also matters. That's why you find out that doctors who move from Nigeria to practice in the Western world will go to the United States or other parts in Europe or in the UK. They tend to do well. They tend to be strong to perform. All right. So talking about systems, very important. Another thing that we must look at is the investment that these countries have when it comes to medical technology and into research. A lot of commitment, investment. As mentioned earlier, Germany, Japan, they have structures, controls that have equipment, well equipped hospitals and equipment readily for servicing, for replacement, to help in their healthcare system, delivery system. Okay, that's one other thing that you need to note that's of advantage when it comes to the effectiveness of a doctor and the efficiency of the system and productivity when it comes to health. Now, this one, next one may be personal, and it's also not just personal. There is the aspect of the professional development. There are strong opportunities for growth and specialization in many countries. There are some specialties that may not be available in certain regions. So people have to travel outside of their own country. Like people travel, may need to travel outside Nigeria to do certain trainings, certain courses, certain specialization, learn certain skills, outside the country. People go to India. At the time, people were actually going to India more for to learn endoscopy. Okay, there are other procedures that are done there too. People go to the United States. People go to different parts of the world just to, of course, develop, grow their skill. So, if a country wants to get the best out of is our professionals, then there must be that commitment, that enabling environment, that system available for professional growth. There is the importance of doing this on the side of the professional himself or herself. Now, let's look at one very interesting thing that there is this challenge of doctor to patient ratio. All right. The numbers, I'll let you know the figures as we look at Nigeria as a country. Okay. But in many of these countries where doctors are practicing, so well, they are ranked higher numbers, there are more physicians available to handle patients. So the doctor patient ratio isn't as high as in certain places. So there is an advice here that instead of you looking at, okay, where is this country, this doctor from, which country is this doctor from? But you need to look at the individual doctor's capability, his credentials or credentials, the experience or experiences that this doctor has had, even though, it's not just about experience, the God factor must always be put into consideration. Now, it also involves the reputation of the place of practice, whether it's hospital, maybe a private hospital, maybe a government hospital, and then how they practice there. So, what about Nigerian doctors? We need to talk about Nigerian doctors. We'll talk about doctors generally. Welcome back. Let me know if you can hear me. Just let me know if I'm audible. Hello, let me know if you can hear me.